The drama surrounding Caitlin Clark reached a new peak when whispers began spreading across social media claiming she had accepted Dave Portnoy's staggering $10 million invitation to appear in his next major sporting event. At first, no one knew whether to treat it as breaking news, a rumor with momentum, or just another off-season spark carried by the whirlwind of hype that always follows her. But the moment those first screenshots appeared online, everything moved with the kind of speed only Caitlin Clark's name can generate. Suddenly, fans weren't just curious. They were convinced something massive was unfolding behind the scenes. It started with a single post, almost too casual for the weight it carried. A brief update declaring that Caitlin had accepted Portnoy's invitation, the type of post that normally gets lost in the flood of off-season speculation. Except this one didn't get lost. It exploded. The source was an account known for catching early details, one of those pages that doesn't drop information lightly. That was enough to make people pause. Enough to make the rumor feel heavier than the typical cycle of speculation and fan fiction. Enough to make the basketball world ask the same question in unison. Did she really say yes? Within minutes, reactions flooded every platform. Supporters celebrated cautiously. Critics braced for another controversy involving the league's most scrutinized player. WNBA followers wondered what this meant during an off-season already full of pressure and uneasy tension. Caitlin Clark accepting a $10 million offer from Dave Portnoy wasn't just a sports headline. It was a storyline with the power to shift narratives, challenge league politics, and fuel debates about her next steps. Then the article surfaced. Not vague commentary, not a fan-made graphic, but a written breakdown claiming Portnoy had extended an olive branch and Caitlin had responded positively. Screenshots flooded timelines. Creators scrambled to be first with reaction videos. Analysts rushed to rewatch old clips of Portnoy discussing his event. Fans dissected every sentence, every word choice, every inflection from the man behind Barstool Sports to determine whether Caitlin's acceptance was casual, official, or somewhere confusingly in between. The situation escalated further when the details became more specific. This wasn't basketball. This was golf. And not just any golf event. Portnoy's annual influencer athlete spectacle, a tournament already known for chaos, entertainment, and viral moments. Last year's purse? $1 million. This year's target? $10 million. A tenfold escalation that instantly transformed the event from a quirky off-season tournament into one of the most financially outrageous public invitations in modern sports entertainment. Fans who knew Caitlin well immediately connected the dots. Golf wasn't just something she dabbled in. It was part of her personality, her off-season rhythm, her way of stepping outside the relentless spotlight of basketball without ever losing her competitive edge. Videos of her teeing off, joking with teammates, and swinging with that same natural athleticism went viral every time she touched a course. Her appearance at a previous tournament with Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull had already proven her ability to turn a golf event into a social media earthquake. Portnoy understood that. And the fans did too. What made the situation even more electric was Portnoy's own words. In a clip circulating across every major platform, he casually revealed that he had invited two people so far, Caitlin Clark and another public figure. And according to him, both said yes. He admitted he didn't know how serious their yes was, but the internet didn't care. Hearing her name spoken by Portnoy himself ignited the conversation all over again. He talked confidently, like someone who already envisioned the tournament, the sponsors, the crowd, the spectacle. He didn't sound like a man fishing for attention. He sounded like someone preparing for something he already believed was in motion. With that clip came a wave of certainty among fans. The rumor wasn't just a rumor anymore. It was a possibility grounded in Portnoy's own voice. Everything intensified when analysts and reporters revisited the broader context. The pressure surrounding Caitlin Clark's rookie season, the physical toll of the league's most demanding schedule in history, and the injury that derailed not just her season, but the league's entire momentum. When Caitlin went down, it wasn't just her team that felt the loss. Viewership dipped. Content slowed. National interest plateaued. It revealed something the league didn't want to admit. Caitlin Clark wasn't just a star. She was the engine. Her injury also shed light on a much larger issue inside the WNBA. A detailed injury report circulated online, breaking down how the 2025 season became one of the most injury-packed seasons in league history. Players weren't just banged up. They were ground down by relentless schedules, travel demands, and inconsistent officiating that allowed physicality to escalate to dangerous levels. Caitlin's injury became the centerpiece of that discussion. Fans dug up clips of her being hit, pushed, and fouled with no whistle, moments that, according to many, were preventable if the league had taken officiating more seriously. The data showed something nobody expected. Despite players blaming back-to-back games, only 19 of the 582 injuries occurred in the second game of one. The real issue wasn't the calendar. It was the environment, the officiating, the physical tone of the league, the inconsistency of calls that made stars vulnerable and left players frustrated. And when the WNBA publicly stated it would not investigate officiating as a factor in injuries, the uproar reached a boiling point. Caitlin Clark's potential decision suddenly took on a deeper meaning. This wasn't just about money. It was about safety, control, career longevity. Playing in a space where she wasn't targeted physically every night or held to a different officiating standard because of her fame. Many fans believed she deserved an off-season that didn't put her body at risk. A chance to breathe, recover, and rebuild her momentum without carrying the weight of a league on her shoulders. So when the rumor spread that she might be stepping into an event designed for fun, entertainment, and competition with none of the danger, it struck a nerve. To some, it felt like a smart business move. To others, a quiet form of protest. And to many, a reminder that the WNBA needed to address its issues before more stars pursued outside opportunities for exposure and financial security. By the time the conversation hit its peak, it wasn't even about whether the rumor was confirmed. The internet had already moved on to a much bigger question. What does this mean for Caitlin's future? For the off-season? For the league? For the negotiations ahead? And what happens if she really does show up to a tournament with $10 million on the line, surrounded by influencers, athletes, media personalities, and the world watching her every move? One thing became clear as the story continued to evolve. Caitlin Clark's decisions carry weight far beyond herself. Whether she accepts the offer, declines it, or clarifies it later, the ripple effect will be felt by the league, the fans, the media, and the entire ecosystem built around her unprecedented rise. The off-season was supposed to be quiet, but with one rumor, one clip, and one number, $10 million, Caitlin Clark has once again taken over the sports world without even stepping on the court. Now the question remains, is this the beginning of a new chapter in her off-season legacy, or just the latest flashpoint in a career that refuses to slow down? And as always, I'll pass it off to you. What do you think? Should Caitlin take the $10 million offer? Does this hurt the WNBA, or force them to adjust? And will this event become the moment that redefines off-season sports entertainment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the next deep dive.